What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Hey, is this it? Charleston, why we did that one. Hey, check this out. Shannon Sharpe lawyer goes off after another accuser says he threatened to kill. He threatened to her. You don't supposed to say the word K. Hey, but check this out, man. Before we get started, I wanted to show y'all this right here, man. We are in trouble, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, that's real talk. Check this out, man. This is in the Philippines right here. Everybody know we in the Philippines, right? They got robot waiters. I had to get up. Come on, that's somebody else's table.
That's a lot. Ooh, that's a lot. Robot food. Did you say thank you, robot?
Oh, you gotta go return? What are you gonna say? Oh my gracious, y'all. Robot waiters.
Bye, robot.
They got robot waiters, y'all. Scary, man. What to do is take tips.
20 years more. People have no
What to do is take tips.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying that all the time. In 10 years, she said 20 years. 10 years, I think 5 years.
The rich folks that want to make money will be sick and tired of human beings calling off sick, halfway doing the job, coming in late, leaving early. Yeah. And the new generation, they like, oh, the robot. Let's see the robot do something. Hee ha ha. Just like the self-checkout line. All right, that's enough. Y'all got the point. Yeah, we're in trouble, man. Hey, y'all can go look for Mike Cross. It should be some links down in the description to my Facebook page. On my Facebook, I post a lot of things, friends and family and loved ones, and a lot of information about the Philippine trip and all that type of stuff. You can, if you're doing research on Uncle Mike thinking you're trying to find something, you ain't gonna find shit. What you gonna do is you gonna find me enjoying life, baby, having fun, doing positive things, trying to help people. Hey, check this out, man. Yeah, so Mike Cross, of course I got a lot of followers. I'm great start back doing music and stuff. I was gonna show y'all some music stuff, man, but we'll do that on the next video. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's get into this drama. Shannon Sharpe, shame on you, man. Period. I'm not saying that you are somebody, and I ain't saying that you did all the stuff they claiming that you did, even though you did. Only thing I'm saying shame on you, because you dating somebody that's way too young for you. Let's check it out, man. Let's see what's going on, man. Yeah, let's see what's going on.
All right, you guys. Press 2 if y'all can hear me in the comments. Let me get a mic check real quick. Press 2, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Press 2 if you guys can hear me in the comment section, man. Salute to everybody tapping in. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, we got a mic check. Y'all can hear me? All right, bet. Let's get into this video, man. So, as I said to you guys, man, this situation with Shay Sharpe, man, have now officially went off the rails, man. I mean, if it wasn't already bad, it just got worse, you guys. As now, Shannon Sharpe's lawyers are absolutely fuming off of the interview, and I told you guys last night that the woman, I don't know if you guys saw the video or not. I did a video last night where the woman, Michelle Evans, she basically did a TV interview with the newspaper, the U.S. Sun. She did a TV interview with them. And now, in the aftermath of that, Shannon Sharpe's lawyers are exploding because in that interview that she did last night that went viral, she claimed that she had filed a restraining order against Shannon Sharpe. And in that restraining order, back in 2010, she said that she had, you know,
Much better.
basically put a lot of the things that she stated that she alleged Shannon was doing to her in that restraining order. Now, in the aftermath of that restraining order, she eventually dropped it. Now, she said that Shannon Sharpe basically, and the reason why she's suing Shannon Sharpe, she says because Shannon Sharpe basically went around like, basically defaming her name, making it seem as if, the loss, I mean, making it seem as if the protection order of protection or whatever you call it, the restraining order was making it seem how I'm trying to lose the word, y'all. She said he made it seem like it was for another reason other than her dropping it. She basically said she dropped the restraining order out of fear, not because she was telling a lie or nothing like that. She said she's alleged that somebody came to her door, and she said after she filed a restraining order and told her to shut the F up, she said somebody came to her house and an apartment she had while her daughter was in there. And she said that's when she said, you know what, I'm not even going to deal with this no more. I'm out. This is just too much for me. So now, man, Shannon Sharpe's lawyers don't heard this interview, bro. And now, according to reports, y'all see that Shannon Sharpe's lawyer on the right-hand side of the screen, Lanny J. Davis. He's been around for a minute. And so, you know, bro, this woman has dropped, let me say this. She's dropped text messages from Shannon. She's dropped other information as well within a lawsuit. And she's dropped pictures to show that not only did she work for the network and where she met Shannon, but she's dropped some stuff. And I can only show you a couple. I'm only going to show you a couple things she dropped. Now, this was one of the things that she dropped. And she says that Shannon sent her these text messages. Now, again, these are other text messages that she claims that Shannon sent her that was still in her flip phone. Now, she's supposed to have been dealing with Shannon from back in the early 2000s when flip phones were still cracking. Now, it says from Shannon. It says the message. It says the big ugly scar and the F up body got to me. Can I say? And then it goes on with these alleged messages from Shannon. It says, no man will ever, let me see. Shannon says, why don't you become a corn star so you can find someone to love you? Because I can't read that word, but it says because blank regular man. It says no regular man will ever love you because I sure as hell never did. Get on with your life. Is what these messages say that are alleged from Shannon. Now, this woman, there was also, let me put this up here. Hold on, you guys. I don't want to get this wrong. My bad. My bad, everybody. Right here. So, also, these photos. Now, again, this is a recent photo of her right here. And man, bro, she been through some hard times, man. No disrespect. But this was a photo back then, and she had many photos with Shannon Sharpe. Now, it says that Sharpe and Evans are pictured below in the Denver Broncos locker room during a brief interview. So, I mean, She had multiple photos. Here's another one. Michelle Evans is pictured interviewing Shannon Sharpe during her days as a Denver area reporter. So she was a reporter, like she said. This is true. They went and actually pulled up the facts that she legitimately was a reporter. She did work for ESPN, and she worked for these places she claimed. Now, you can see she's interviewed Shannon quite a few times, because here are the multiple interviews with her in it. So he can't say, "Hey, I don't know her," this, that, and the third. She got pictures, video footage. So it says Evans, who met Sharpe as a reporter, later became romantically involved with him. This order saying, right? And so you can see that's Shay Sharpe from his playing days. You know what I'm saying? That's Shay Sharpe. That's Sharpe from his playing days. You know what I mean? And so now we come to this. So according to the reports, shout out to the Daily Mail with the report, it says Shannon Sharpe accuser claims that ex NFL star threatened to KILL for filing a restraining order against him. Now, that restraining order is on file. I'm not going to put that in the comments. Again, she claimed that she rescinded the restraining order because somebody came to her house and to her apartment threatening her while she had her daughter with her. And she said she didn't want to deal with it no more. It was just too much. So she went and dropped it. And then she's saying that Shannon act like it was something else. And I'm going to get to that in a minute because Shannon's lawyers went ballistic. His lawyers went ballistic. So I'm going to read this report to you guys. It says one of Shannon Sharpe's R-word accusers has now claimed the former NFL star threatened to unalive her in a bid to keep her quiet. Michelle Evans, now 52 years old, came forward in a bombshell interview with the Daily Mail on April the 24th to detail disturbing parallels between a $50 million R-word lawsuit Sharpe is facing in Nevada and her own 15-year legal battle with Shannon Sharpe. So this is saying she's been in a legal battle for 15 years with Shannon Sharpe. This is crazy. This has all been behind the scenes. And so this is a popular podcaster and occasional ESPN. So people, let me say this right now. So a lot of people was trying to say, they're coming out all of a sudden because Shay Sharpe got it cracking. Man, this woman has been in a legal battle with this man for 15 years. This just hadn't been known to the public until now. And it wasn't because she came forward. It was because in the new lawsuit that was filed against Shannon Sharpe, they mentioned that Shannon Sharpe has a current pending lawsuit against him. That's how the media, that's how the news and all the other people found her. It wasn't because she was out.
Wow, that's crazy. See, it's funny how people just like, they just trying to come after a black man. Or they just trying to, then he on top, they trying to come after. Dude, you being on top and you being a black man don't have nothing to do with what you doing and putting your hands and hurting people. Why can't just be like the person that's doing the negative stuff is being pursued by the police and court systems and stuff? Why it just can't be that? Why it just can't be he did wrong? You did wrong by putting your hands on these little girls. They kids. They young. They very young. In the head, they young. Come on,
out
y'all.
Here on TV running her mouth. The other girl. Let me put this out here for y'all to understand how this went down. This one, in her lawsuit, she mentions that Shannon Sharpe is currently dealing with another lawsuit with some similar allegations, as she said. So that's what put the media looking for her. Because they were saying, damn, well, he got another lawsuit out against him? Nobody knew. And then when they looked it up, he has another lawsuit out against him right now that's been out for years. And now it says that these two have been in a 15-year legal battle. That's crazy, bro. And she's actually suing Shannon for $4 million for defamation. Now, back to the article. I just broke it down so y'all can understand what the hell is going on, because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think she just popped up and just started talking. Nah, she wasn't even in the forefront. Matter of fact, she didn't even say nothing. The media went and found her after the 19-year-old girl went and filed that lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe and put this girl in that lawsuit. She says, hey, Shannon has another lawsuit out against him right now with some of the same similar allegations. And everybody was like, what?
Now.
So then people started looking. You know, the media going to start looking, and the media found that lawsuit.
Now.
You know, we found that lawsuit. Everybody found that lawsuit like, damn, this shit's still pending. And this is like still going on, that lawsuit. And that was before, you know, the Cat Williams interview, all this stuff. So that's why I said last night, yo, a lot of people gonna look at this chick like, hey man, she might be credible, bro. Because of if you saw her interview, this, that, and the third, a lot of people think she don't look like she clout chasing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm be honest with you, like she been through some hard times, boy. For real, you go from this to this, man, you've been through some hard times. Hard times. Which she says she has been. So the article says that Michelle Evans, 52, came forward in a bombshell interview with Daily Mail, and it says that on April the 24th, to detail disturbing parallels between the $50 million R-word lawsuit Sharpe is facing in Nevada and her own 15-year legal battle with Shannon Sharpe. And it goes on to say a popular podcaster and occasional ESPN personality, Shannon Sharpe, opted out of the NFL draft duties for the cable network last week after being sued by an unnamed former girlfriend. In response to that filing, which makes passing reference to Michelle Evans' 2023 defamation lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, the retired NFL star and his legal team denied the claims while naming Jane Doe and identifying her as an OnlyFans model to reporters despite the objections of her legal team. I'm going to tell y'all something. I think everybody got it wrong. As we go through this, I think everybody got it wrong. Everybody think that girl just sues Shannon Sharpe for the money. I think not only did she sue Shannon Sharpe for them, I think that she wants to break Shannon Sharpe's pockets, and I think she want to hurt his future earnings.
Oh, she gonna do that. That's gonna happen. That's already been happening. His future earnings has already been shot. But here's the thing. Uncle Mike trying to figure out. Girlfriend and boyfriend. How you end up suing somebody? If you like or love somebody. Dude, I had an ex call the police on me. Huh? Why are you getting the police involved? That's my clear sign that I haven't touched you. I haven't hit you. I am not abusive to you. I'm waiting for you to get home so we can talk about this thing. And you called the police and said I'm sitting in front of your house. Oh, I was gone before the police even got there. And guess what? Never went back ever since then. F you. I said, I thought we could talk this thing out. And you calling the police? No. I don't do the police in my relationships. If you feel as though you gotta go call the police, then F you, I'm out. If you feel as though you got to call the police on me, on Uncle Mike, I'm done. See you later, bye. I don't want to talk to you no more or the police. Period. That's how much I love you. I'm going to let you go. You love somebody so much, you got to let them go. See you later, bye. Too many fish in the world. There's too much stuff to do. I'd rather go swimming. Shoot, I'd rather go play with my keyboards or guitars than sit here and deal with you and the police. F you. This is crazy, man.
I think everybody missed the ball. I think everybody thought, hey, man, she seen Shannon getting that new $100 million deal. Boom. Daryl Henderson, don't bring your funky ass in this chat room. Sit down and shut the hell up when a grown man talking, nigga. Sit your ass down, little boy.
Little boy. Little boy.
And tell your mama I said had them nachos hot too, nigga. And I want the cheese melted, nigga. Now back to what I was saying before I was interrupted by a walking shit stain. My bad, y'all. So
Oh, my bad. My bad, y'all. I keep forgetting to put the chat up. God dang it. Yeah, Ticket gonna cook somebody in that chat always, baby. That's always.
as I said before, and I was
Damn.
saying before I was rudely interrupted by a scrub in the comment section that got blocked. Yeah, man. As I was telling you guys, right? So uh Shannon Sharpe, man, this situation is looking crazy because again, now she comes and they find her, right? They find her. So bro, this is unbelievable shit, man. So it says that again, she made the reference. So I think this girl not only trying to get everybody think, oh, she's trying to get Shannon pockets. Bro, she trying to destroy that nigga. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. I ain't talking about just get his pockets. I'm talking about because listen, she could have easily, everybody pretty much said unanimously, man, I'd have took the $10 million. She didn't take that 10 million. She knew coming out right now, she knew Shannon Sharpe didn't have that $100 million deal secure. It said he was set up for a $100 million deal and that his contract had not expired yet. In my opinion, this is my opinion, she wants whatever money Shannon Sharpe has earned throughout now, she wants to break him of that bread. And she wanted to publicly embarrass and humiliate Shannon Sharpe and ruin his entire career. Because remember, if she would have settled behind the scenes, nobody would have ever known. Shannon Sharpe would have continued doing his big things. He'd continue to move on getting money. I believe this woman, the young one, was hurt that bad, or she felt a way that she tried to destroy this nigga in public. Now, again, Shannon Sharpe has already made good money in the business because he made money from Undisputed. He's made money from ESPN the last couple of years, and he's made a lot of money online from just his endorsements and things like that. And nobody ever talked about how much money he was making already with his endorsements that he had for Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, and all that other stuff. Shannon Sharpe probably was sitting about 40, 50 million right now. Easy. Just from all of those years of the money he was making. So she probably like, shit, I can get a chunk of that. And I can destroy this nigga the way he can't get no more money. Because that's why, in my opinion, she dropped this other lawsuit in her, the mention of this other lawsuit in her lawsuit. Think about that, y'all. She dropped the other mention of this lawsuit. That way, more people would say, damn, he got another lawsuit? Because nobody else knew about that lawsuit until she put it in her lawsuit. It says right here in the article, it says, in response to that filing, which makes passing reference to Michelle Evans' 2023 defamation lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, the retired NFL star and his legal team denied the claims while naming Jane Doe and identifying her as a OnlyFans model to reporters despite the objections of her legal team. It was all too familiar for Mrs. Evans, who explained in a phone conversation and emails to Daily Mail, as well as several New York State court filings, that she sees herself as a victim of retaliation by Shannon Sharpe. Although they were never a true couple, as Doe and Sharpe are described in the Nevada filing, Michelle Evans claims she became romantically involved with the former Denver Broncos tight end in the early 2000s when she was working as a local television reporter covering the team, she told Daily Mail. And they went back and they verified, was this true? And they found out. She said it was true. She did work as a local reporter. So she definitely had access to the nigga. She definitely had access to him. And it's crazy how she went from a local reporter to ESPN to CNN. It's all out there. So it goes on to say, right, that a Sharpe spokesperson told Daily Mail her claims are ridiculous and completely without merit. But Mrs. Evans' relationship with Shannon Sharpe came to an abrupt end in 2010 when she said he R-worded her and orally and the, you know what, according to legal filings provided to Daily Mail. she filed a protective order in Georgia that briefly scandalized the three-time Super Bowl winner. But since then, Evans told Daily Mail Shannon Sharpe has sought revenge against her. In that interview with The Sun, Evans has now claimed she was scared for her life at the time after he allegedly threatened to KILL her. She says, he, Shannon Sharpe, started coming at me saying, if I tell anybody you know, he'll use everybody he knows to destroy me, which he basically has. Repeating claims from her restraining order application from 2010, Evans went on. He started making other threats against my life. He just was so worried that it would get out, and I wasn't going to do anything, she said. But when he kept calling me at work, and when he kept very aggressively behaving, and I could see it wasn't going to go away, and he said he was going to destroy me, and he was going to KILL me, and he told me that he was watching me, and all that, Evans ultimately dropped her protective order against Shannon Sharpe at what she described as a desperate attempt to end the doxing she believed was endangering both her and her daughter. In one incident, Mrs. Evans told the Daily Mail, someone came to their front door and yelled, "Shut up, B." She now sees Shannon Sharpe's latest accuser in a similar predicament. She says, I am disturbed how Shannon doxed this woman, because that's exactly what I said in my lawsuit, is that he doxed me. And that was one of the reasons why I dropped the protective order that I had against him, Evans told the Daily Mail, then releasing the name of her OnlyFans so people could find that and find her Instagram.
Dude, real talk, this is bad. This is bad on so many levels. This lady is proven beyond a reasonable doubt that there's a history of Shannon undercover trying to sabotage women, undercover doing negative things to women. That's all we got to prove. You're being negative to women again. That's it. And that's crazy, man. This ain't good. When I say this ain't good, this is terrible. That's why the lawyer pissed off. This lady been fighting this thing for 15 years and she already know him. Wow, I wonder how old she is. Like today, how old is she now? And then subtract the 15 years from her age.
It was the exact thing he was attempting to do with me. That's why I say it's triggering. Evans never filed R-word charges against Shannon Sharpe in Georgia, but she did sue him in 2023, accusing him of making defamatory and erroneous statements about her in the media and encouraging others to do the same. Now, DailyMail.com, I'm going to put this on the screen. I tell y'all, Shannon Sharpe's lawyers went crazy. DailyMail.com reached out to Shannon Sharpe's legal team for comment on the new allegations being made by Evans before a spokesperson repeated a statement also released on behalf of the ESPN personality last week. And it says, it should be of no surprise that when someone famous is in the news, all sorts of people crawl out of the woodwork to share their connection to that person in an attempt to profit from that alleged relationship, they said. In many cases, those stories or accusations are nothing more than old news, fanciful exaggerations, or sometimes blatant misrepresentations of the fact. It says they are shared on social media or fed to reporters with intentional factual omissions and no regard for truth. This is obviously purposeful, designed to create a fabricated narrative. This is exactly what is happening to Shannon Sharpe, and the resurrection of the case involving Michelle Evans is a perfect example. Sadly, Mrs. Evans became obsessed with Shannon and decided to manufacture a claim against him. When she could not find a lawyer to pursue her outrageous story, she filed a civil complaint on her own that is completely devoid of merit. The fact is, Shannon has had no contact with this person for many years, and it is our understanding that she is still on probation after serving 3 years in prison. The statement later added that Shannon Sharpe has done nothing wrong and intends to fight back against these malicious lies. The former NFL star looks forward to his day in court, his legal representative said. And so Shannon Sharpe, it goes on to say, now for everybody who wants to know what happened with her, the woman Michelle Evans, she ended up marrying a different guy after the whole Shannon Sharpe situation. Now, after she married a different guy, that guy, she actually, in the lawsuit, you guys, if you see the lawsuit, in the lawsuit, she actually puts a recording of where, man, bro, this woman, I told y'all, this woman was going through some shit, bro, because she put a recording in that lawsuit of that situation that happened with her and the other guy where it was some things that was said that I can't speak about on here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to the lawsuit, you can pull up the audio yourself. And she actually had that recorded during the time. This is like, it's like she just started like audio recording on this, like on the at the very moment to catch it on the audio. So I mean, it's just one of them situations where you got to just go listen to it for yourself. But it was a very intense situation. It ended up being a situation where she, I think, was getting her husband and her got into it. I guess she said she was trying to get away, so she got to her car. The husband, she alleged, jumped on top of the car or the roof while she was trying to get away. And as she was trying to get away, I guess she hit him or something like that. As somehow he got hit by the car. She was trying to get away, I guess. And so she actually got charged in that because they didn't have self-defense laws in the state that she was in. So she ended up doing time for that. Now she says that Shannon went out of his way to write bad statements about her to help her get locked up during that.
Damn. See, that's why I ain't got time for all this mess. Running from a person and getting hit by a car and all this table turns and he said, she said, all this talk. I ain't got time for that, man. Find somebody and show love and happiness. I hope that they doing the best they can and you doing the best you can. That's it.
In that case, that's what she claims. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And so, yeah, that's, the situation of what happened with the other case. But if you guys want to go hear that audio is in that lawsuit. That lawsuit is online. It's public information in New York. You know what I'm saying? You just go online and pull it up. And if you got Google Drive, it'll give you all the exhibits of evidence with the audios that she's have attached to that lawsuit. So, but Shannon Sharpe's lawyers are saying, look, man, bro. And so it goes on to say, after ending the relationship with Shannon Sharpe in 2010, Michelle Evans later married another man in 2015. As she explained, that marriage became abusive in part because of her husband's anger over her previous relationship with Shannon Sharpe. Evans shared audio with the Daily Mail of a purported argument with herself and the man, in which he's heard admitting that he tried to unalive her. And that's the audio I told y'all about. This woman done been through hell and back. She actually has the audio of the man admitting that he tried to unalive her. That's crazy work. And it says Evans says she attempted to flee in 2017, only to have her husband jump on the hood of her car in an effort to stop her, she explained. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I seen something like this on X the other day. Somebody had a video. I don't know if you guys see this. Yo, it was this crazy ass dude. He jumped on the hood of this girl's car. I guess it was one of his girl's car. She didn't want to be with him no more. This nigga jumped on the hood of her car. The girl was driving down the highway with this nigga hanging off the hood. I don't know if y'all seen that video. It was going around on X the other day. He didn't fall off the hood. He held on the hood while she going 70 miles an hour. It was raining too, it looked like. This nigga was holding on to I said, man, what the hell? I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life. Like he was goddamn on Batman or Superman or some shit. I said, man, damn. I said, man, these people crazy as hell out here. She driving past 16 wheelers and everything. I'm like, man, look, bro. If she made one wrong move, you seen that curl ass? Yeah, that dude was crazy as hell. He survived too. I couldn't believe it. I just said, man, this dude held on to the car the whole time. That's like a plane and somebody holding on to the plane while the plane is going through midair at all that speed. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I saw it. Bro, you would never believe it unless you saw it. But I saw it. There's a video going around on X right now with that dude. She was going through traffic like fast as hell trying to get away. That dude was staring at her through the front window, holding on to the hood. I said, damn, he ain't let that hood go for nothing. But anyways, it goes on to say that after Mrs. Evans ended her relationship with Shannon Sharpe in 2010, she later married another man in 2015. Now, it goes on to say that, as she explained, that marriage became abusive in part because of her husband's anger over her previous relationship with Shannon Sharpe. It says Evans shared audio with the Daily Mail, a purported argument between herself and the man, in which he's heard admitting that he tried to unalive her. Now, Evans says she attempted to flee in 2017, only to have her husband jump on the hood of her car in an effort to stop her, she explained. In the midst of my effort to flee, he leapt upon the conveyance, resulting in a vehicular mishap wherein he sustained injuries, she wrote in her 2023 filing. As a result, she was charged with assault, accepted a plea deal, and later sentenced under the Domestic Violence Survivors Act. So she got sentenced because they didn't have self-defense rules. She got sentenced under the Domestic Violence Survivors Act. That's crazy. So that's like if somebody trying to do something to you and you getting away from them and you hurt them, you go to jail. That's insane. That's because they don't have stand your ground laws. And she got the nigga on tape. She played the audio with him on tape saying that he tried to unalive her. And they still locked her up. Bro, this is a cold world right here, boy. But anyways, though, it says that as a result, she was charged, right? With assault, accepted a plea deal, and sentenced under the Domestic Violence Survivors Act. It says over that lengthy legal process, Evans served 18 months in New York's infamous Rikers Island, as well as another 14 months in state prisons, where she endured solitary confinement and later missed the funeral of her beloved 8-year-old niece, Macy Hill, who was tragically unalived at a Utah parade in 2022. It said, according to Michelle Evans, it was Shannon Sharpe's decision to get involved in the case that made her legal nightmare possible. It says, my lawyer said it's actually the reason it kind of blew up my case, Evans said. It contributed to me doing 14 months in prison. Now it says Shannon Sharpe. She said Shannon Sharpe delivered a pair of sworn affidavits replete with lies and falsicities, according to Evans' 2023 filing. Those allegedly false statements included Shannon Sharpe's claim that she stalked him, threatened him, and falsely accused him of R-word to both the police and his employer, she wrote. It says that was his way of getting back at me, she told the Daily Mail. When announcing his decision to step away from ESPN, Shannon stressed that the allegations against him are false and disruptive. My statement is found here and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual, Shannon Sharpe said. It said, at this juncture, I'm electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I've received from my family, friends, and colleagues. I'm going to tell y'all something. They're not going to let Shannon Sharpe go back after this. His lawyers don't went crazy about these allegations, which his lawyers are going to have to stand up for him in this situation. But they're not. If you're going to ask me a question, with this girl coming out saying the things that she said, You understand what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all what it is, man. I think that this is a situation, a bad situation, I think. You know? Bad situation. But I want to play to you guys. And I want to do it. I want to play to you guys what she said. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it at that because I think this is one of them situations where, you know, this is wicked, man. This is definitely wicked, bro. But let me go ahead and get this together. Hold on one second, because I want you guys to hear this. Let me see. I want y'all to hear this. What she said, and like I said before, man, Shay Sharp again, man, bro. His lawyers going off. His lawyers are heated about this. He heated about this too. But you know, you never know what else is gonna pop up now, because now what it is the media sniffing now. They sniffing. They're going on a hunt now. They're trying to get everything that they can, you know what I'm saying, to find on Shannon Sharpe. And that's exactly what they're going to do. In my opinion, they're going to stick it to Shannon Sharpe. That's what I think is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to try and find more stuff. And if they do, bro, it's just going to get worse.
Was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand. We met in actually the press room at the Broncos, April of 2002. And but we didn't start talking until we met up at a club at Blue 67 in Denver. I don't know if anyone is listening from Denver, but yeah, we were at a club at the same time. We didn't go together. We just happened to both be there. And so he started talking to me, and he started pursuing me pretty heavily from then on. I resisted for a while because, you know, I was a reporter, and I didn't want to mix the two. But he's very charming. And we dated until the 2010 incident. And then it came to abrupt end because I wanted, you know, we were arguing and he was threatening me and stuff like that after, but I didn't see him again after he raped me.
What led up to that fight, that 2010 fight that you guys, I know that the argument ensued first where he allegedly raped you?
The argument was about the fact that he had removed one girl from his house and put another girl in his house and didn't tell me. And he had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating. So I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband. And I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, you know, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Can you tell us just broadly, I know it's probably painful to relive the situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him, no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth. And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle. So I had said no. And I said no, even though I was thinking that. And so it was the hardest. Yeah, this is too hard. I remember he got dressed and he knew what he did. And so, I just kind of escorted him out the door. And then I wasn't going to do anything about it. Sometimes when you're with the person for a long time, it's hard for you to realize that they're being the perpetrator, even though you know it, you don't want to admit it, and there's so much going through your mind. But then he started coming at me. If I tell anybody, he'll use everybody he knows to destroy me, which he basically has. And then he started making other threats against my life, threats, he just was so worried that it would get out, and I wasn't going to do anything. But when he kept calling me at work, and when he kept, just very aggressively behaving, and I could see it wasn't going to go away, and he said he was going to destroy me, and he was going to kill me, and he told me he was watching me, and all that. I just went and got a protective order. I'd had enough. And unfortunately, shortly after, he doxed me, and my address got out, and I had somebody stop by my apartment, which had a door that led right to it was basically on the sidewalk. And somebody came up to my door and said, "Shut up," screamed it at the top of their lungs. And I had my daughter in there right there. And I was like, oh, no. And so I went and I dropped it, because also at my house, not my apartment, my house, at my house, somebody came to my house and sat out front of in the driveway while my daughter was there alone. Someone came to my house, someone came to my apartment, and after my daughter called me, that's when I went straight there.
So after you rescinded the restraining order, was there any other weird stuff, or did it kind of just die down?
It died down. I tried to move on with my life. We may have talked, I think, once or twice. But then he started going on television. He came to my job, Turner Broadcasting, went on TV at CNN, and it was my job to put the videos from up to YouTube for CNN. That was part of my job. So I'm putting up this video, and here I see Shannon at my job talking about domestic violence, and the co-host mentioned that, oh, you had one that was just totally dropped, made it look like the police dropped it, not that I had gone down and withdrawn it. It created a picture that wasn't accurate. And that was a very hostile work environment.
I'm going to ask something that might be a little sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and ask it because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows. Atlanta has a problem with corruption down there. And I was too scared to go to the police. Because when this happens, you're in a trauma mindset. You're not in a, every day you and I are talking here like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should do that. No, you're like feared for your life. You're traumatized. You're not thinking straight. You're having anxiety and panic attacks. And I was worried that he would, get a hold of this police officer, and who knows what would happen. And so it was just a decision, and it's a decision a lot of rape victims make, to not go to the police. They always say the woman is crazy. You know, hey, I might be at this point after everything I've dealt with. But back then, no. No. Definitely not crazy. And to see him paint me the way that he did, first off, I'm not somebody crawling out of the woodwork to talk about my connection with him like he insinuated in his statement. I've been out. I've been suing him.
What's your message?
Now, let me say this to the brother who just sent a cash app. I mean, excuse me, a super chat. You said this is going to lead to women getting time for lying. What if she's not lying? The one thing that you're going to have to understand is, you said jail time. I wouldn't be surprised if another woman come out, they start an investigation into Shannon Sharpe. Because I guess you might have forgot that there have been various reports out about Shannon Sharpe. And there have been reports out speaking that Shannon Sharpe had been arrested at least twice for battering two different women decades before the last two lawsuits. Now, Shannon Sharpe, again, has, put out his innocence or his claim of innocence. But again, as you see right here, they said they talked to a police spokesperson for one of the cases. In the other case, the Fulton County clerk. So for you to say that, Shannon need to be careful, in my opinion. They're digging. And I've heard a lot of this too. I told you guys, he got powerful enemies. They're digging. And they've already been pulling up stuff. They already pulled up a alleged situation where they're saying he allegedly choked out a woman. You know what I'm saying? They're pulling up stuff, man. Over there at Fox. Now, he denies it. He says, his legal team says that it was just, a little light fun, light play situation, but somehow a woman got a settlement out of it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are not believing that. So I'm just trying to tell you, man, it's like, and Shannon Sharpe again. Shannon Sharpe dealing with them bunnies. That's on him. He want to put himself in that situation. That's on him. You got to deal with the consequences if that's what it is. Because I'm going to tell you something. What's going to happen is it's going to be called the laws of physics. And that is that they're not going to think all these women are lying. They might say, hey, this woman might not be telling the truth, or that woman might not be telling the truth. When it starts adding up, and then you're looking at different situations and things like that, we don't know what may be going on behind the scenes and other situations that could potentially be there that we don't even know about. Like I said, bro, I just wouldn't say nothing, man. Because again, we never know how many people may have come now and sent demand letters, and now you got to pay money because everybody know that you was willing to settle for $10 million with the other girl. So who's to say right now Shannon Sharpe ain't been hit with more papers? We don't know. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because normally that stuff stays private unless they file a lawsuit. Or they just come public with it. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm just trying to tell you this, man. You had people, and I've never seen it like that, where people was just like, normally you would stick up for your coworkers. Shannon Sharpe, your coworker, you be with him every day, you like him, you trust him, people stand up for you. ESPN was a situation, they said people was saying that, hey, look, if y'all don't get rid of him, I'm quitting. They had people literally ready to quit. People wasn't feeling Shannon. That's why Stephen A. Snitch came out with the response he had, because he could not alienate himself from his other coworkers at ESPN. They already been on his helmet. So Stephen A. Snitch, he had to make a business decision. He just got $100 million too. Shit. You know what I mean? Y'all got to think about this stuff. But Shannon's lawyers, they were hot about this one. They're hot about this one. You know what I mean? They're hot about this one. And I'm just telling y'all what the truth is. They hot about this one. And so, again, to a person who says, have you been lied to by a woman? Everybody's been lied on, men and women. So it's nothing different. I mean, everybody's been lied on, whether you're a man or a woman. That doesn't pick the race doesn't pick a section in this. You know what I'm saying? And so again, I've only noticed one thing. I haven't seen one black woman come out against Shannon Sharpe yet. It's been all snow bunnies. I'm just saying. So you guys let me know what y'all think. Salute to everybody tapping on in. Appreciate all of y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. Shannon's team has responded and they are not happy. They're saying that this woman is a liar. They're saying everything she's saying is lies. You know what I'm saying? They said she totally fabricated this entire story. So they're saying it's all fake. It's all a lie. You know what I'm saying? So you guys definitely let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate all y'all for tapping on in. I'm gone.
I'm gone. I'm gone. Man, this is crazy, man. Shannon there was another guy out there, another podcast, somebody in one of them big old, shows or whatever said that Shannon got a couple of allegations against him, a couple of lawsuits, a couple of women saying that he was abusive and stuff. I don't know what these people thinking about, man, but I can't do it. I can't be abusive, man. If I gotta get the police involved or somebody hands involved and people trying to flee from me, see you later, bye, you gone. I ain't got time for all that mess. I don't have time for that negativity, man. That's negativity and I ain't got time for it. Look here, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.